Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first iteration of the Ravish Report. I, of course, am Ravishing Ravish, your host for the evening, joined here for the very first time by my homie, my friend, my compatriot, as I look the wrong way, Mr. Zekken. How you doing,
Hello.
Zach?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Appreciate you coming on. As you know, this is just for me to talk to dope people, ask them dope questions about dope things. All right. Are you ready to start things off? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Great. Simple. First off the rip, bro. Your last name is Patron. Do you know how baller that is? Like, I don't think I've researched so many interviews and like looked at so many things. You've never addressed this. How do you go around every single day and tell people, "Yo, what's up? I'm Zach Patron." That's sick.
This is something my mom brags about. She'll when she introduces herself to new people, she'll say, "Hi, I'm Zyda Patron. You know our last name's a tequila." And that'll be her first like fun fact that she brings up to people when she meets them. It's great.
As you should. I'm surprised this isn't like you don't talk about this more in interviews at a certain point, because yeah, it's so bald. To be fair, you're not 21 yet, so you can't even drink your own last name, but it is cool.
That'll be my first legal drink. When I turn 21, that's the first thing I'm having.
The Patron, it better be, bro. Exactly.
Yeah,
because it's not even like just the tequila. It's a fancy tequila too.
Is it?
Yeah. It's up there. It's high class. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I heard it in a rap song. That's how I know it's really up there as well. That and Hennessy are one of the things that I aspire to have.
Inspired to have Hennessy.
Exactly. I want to make sure I can do all that. Now,
You're reaching for the stars.
Thank you. I'm really hoping that I get there one day, man. Appreciate you. Now, but aside from, things that I want to aspire for, right? One thing that I know that you wanted to aspire for, because it was an interview on Dot Esports, I think in 2021, where you went first moved on to XSET, where you said how you were an IGL, right? On like Phoenix One, on Noble and stuff, but then when you went on XSET, Depp took over that spot, and now Depp is assuming taking over that spot as well. Do you still have those same aspirations to IGL?
I think in the future, yeah. When I IGL'd a little bit for Noble and for most of Phoenix One, I was pretty shitty at it. I think that I realized that once I came to XSET and saw like how good Rory was at his job.
Mm-hmm.
But just being under a good IGL for so long, like you learn so much, and kind of like reawakened that flame in me to want to IGL again one day. Okay. I enjoy being just like a duelist that goes in. I don't have to think all that much, but I think later in my career, if I play more of like a support role again, I would definitely want to do it.
Okay, all right, solid answer. I mean, now you say that you were a shit IGL. Why do you say that? You guys did okay. Like, Noble did pretty good, right?
Yeah, we were pretty decent, but the thing that made us like really good is we had insane site executes. Like we were really practiced in that, and I would just bam called those, and we wouldn't do much that was slow. We wouldn't do much that actually required too much thought process. It would more just be like, I have a read that this site is weak, we should go hit it. And so like even recently, like I would compete when I compete in like smaller tournaments, because I fill a lot for people if like someone gets sick or anything. When I IGL in those from time to time, and I can already tell just like comparing myself now to then, I'm already way better at it. So I think that it's something that I've improved on a lot, and I want to do again later.
Okay, all right, cool. I like that. No, so would you say that you guys had the original Smeek, or does that still belong to FaZe and Baby Bay in general?
All I'm saying is if we were a tier 1 team, Smeek would have been our thing.
That's what you like to hear. So, before we get too into the weeds about what you can and can't do, why do you take me a bit through your journey, like from being on the Wichita Wolves to then being on Phoenix One, which, shout out to them. And of course now Noble. And then of course now moving on to XSET. And right away into this year, you're now on Sentinels, because I do see that jersey in the back as well.
So in beta, Team Liquid hosted these tournaments for $1,000 every week. Mm-hmm. And in their Discord, they had a looking for team and looking for player thing. So I would post in those a ton. And that's how I got my first team. It was a team called Exertion Gaming that I tried out for, and I went on their like little Discord post, and I messaged their guy. I was like, hey, I've never played a game before in my life. Let me on the team. So they let me try out, and I made their A team, and that's how I started playing my first tournaments. We won in a $100 tournament. That was like the pride of my career. I was like, holy shit, we're the best. Eventually, I left that team for a team that beat us. It was a team called Team Flux. I don't think I ever won anything with them, but they were a step up. Like it was from playing with gold players to playing with plat players. We were getting a little bit better.
Okay.
After Team Flux, we lost to the Wichita Wolves when I was on Team Flux, and then Wichita Wolves reached out. They were like, "Hey, you're pretty good. You want to play for us?" So that's how I got to Wichita Wolves. Obviously, that's where it started to get really good. That's like probably when I hit Radiant for the first time, when we won our first like BCS, started to become a bit more notable. Half of us got accused of cheating. It was a good time. But yeah, that was like the first team I stayed on for the long term. I really liked it there. It was a good environment, even though we never got paid, but you know, it's whatever. But after Wichita Wolves, me and Jangler got poached to Phoenix One, which is you can say it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
It was the first time I ever got paid or had a salary. It was also the first time I ever got scammed out of prize money. It was cool. they took a few $1,000s from everyone, which is always nice. But
just a couple thousand.
That was our first time starting to beat some really good teams. We were beating some more notable signed teams when we were on there. So it was a great experience, like just playing wise, even with all the shitty org stuff. After the org kind of just disappeared, we were ex Phoenix One for a little bit, so we were just looking for an org for a while. Well, thankfully we were notable enough at that point where orgs actually took a serious look at us and were actually considering us, and that's how we got approached by Noble. And then we went from ex Phoenix One. It was the same roster, but we just changed our names to have Noble in it, so now we run Noble. And it was the same kind of story as Phoenix One. We're starting to beat more notable teams, and even more so now because we had even more practice. And that's when we started to get really good. We were beating pretty good teams. We had a game against Sentinels, which we got 2-0'd, but like we performed well. So it really got some of our names on the map. I know I got my name on the map because my coach talked shit to Shazam, and Shazam shit talked back, and we still got whooped. So it's not like we won anything out of that, but like it got our names out there. It was a cool experience. And after that, towards the end of my like Noble contract, I started to look for other offers. That's when Exit came in, and obviously, you know, Exit was a great offer. I went there, nice jersey. So I went with them and played there for about 1.5 years. Had a great experience with all of them. It was my first real like professional esports experience, I would say. Getting to like play in a team house, go to boot camp, go to these international tournaments. It was crazy, and I loved every second of it. And then after after champs and franchising came around, SEN approached me, and now I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. That was a fun couple of months, you know, between like champs happen, you guys are on top of the world, you get back to NA, and you're like, so franchising, huh? That's a fun time. I think your tweets were some of the ones that like actually blew up around that time, where how you have to explain to your mom why you don't have a job anymore because
I was hitting bangers. Despite being unemployed, I was hitting bangers on the timeline.
Dude, yeah, because those tweets were reaching what, like almost like 50, 90, 100K likes, bro. You were going crazy with your impressions. Now, would you consider that you have like the whole Twitter algorithm like locked down? Like you're that guy online right now?
No, I think I just sometimes, because the thing is, like, if I have a funny joke, I'll just tweet it. And then sometimes it works, or sometimes it goes crazy, sometimes it doesn't. But I don't think I have it down to like a science. Like there's some social media, like Sentinel's social media manager has that shit down to a science. Like he will guarantee get like 50K likes every post. But for me, when I do it, I just tweet. I just like to tweet. It's fun.
By the way, if we were to cut it back a little bit, I remember when you were talking in the interview about being on Exit and like how and just what Sentinels does better than you guys. You said, you know, they just have cleaner side executes. They're just more confident. Remember, they're asking you whether you'll ever beat Sentinels, and you're like, we're not sure. Now, you never did end up beating Sen, but you ended up. Did you on Exit? When'd you do it? Oh shit!
It was in June. It was one of our. I think it was one of our first like VCT runs. We beat them in the upper finals. Yeah. And then they came back and beat us in grands, but we got that one win on them.
Dude, Liquipedia needs to update their stats then. All right, Liquipedia, what are you doing, bro? All right, look, because I was scouring this too. But okay, all right, W. But I'm starting to notice a trend here. Anytime you're on a team and the team that's really good ends up beating you, you just end up joining them. You notice that, right?
This is true. I kind of feel like Kevin Durant on the Warriors.
Yeah. You just going to whoever's good, bro. You just want your ring. That's all it is. I mean, hey, I respect it. KD hustled, all right? He moved on. A ring. Yeah, OKC, Lakers, you didn't get a ring. You also still haven't gotten your ring. Is this your reason for the ring, huh, Zach?
This is I would say this is the year.
Now, Katie also said that with the Lakers, and we all know how that went. Unfortunately,
He got one. He got his one.
he got his one. You're right. My bad. Okay, you know what? Let's hopefully you get your one and then more so, right? That's all I'm hoping for, of course, because you know I like your roster. Everybody else likes your roster. I don't have a jersey of y'all yet, but to be fair, I got this on sale. It was like 40% off on the XS store, so yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah. I don't know if Sentinels have it a sale yet, but I'll figure that out.
I think soon. We're gonna have new jerseys soon, so we might want to wait on that. They look nice. I saw the little behind the scenes when I was there. It looks nice.
Okay, yeah. Let's get into that, bro. There's the pic of you in the office. What happened? They just shafted you to the floor, and then you didn't even like look at the camera.
Yeah. This is a story behind that picture. It's basically the way they do pictures, right? Is they'll have everyone in one place. Like for example, there's a picture of it was me, Tarik, Tens, and ACU. Basically, they just have you do something so that you look kind of natural, and then they'll just snap a photo. Yeah. And they'll just snap a ton and then use whichever one's best. In that office photo, this is the entire context they gave us was act natural, and I'm looking around because I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Eventually, I join everyone else because there's like a conversation happening, and so I join everyone. Like if they took the photo like 2 seconds later, I would be looking with everyone else at whoever was talking because a conversation started. But I was looking around like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because I don't know what to do. When they tell me to act natural and I'm sitting on the floor because they didn't give me a chair, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm staring at the camera guy like, what do you want me to do? And then he snaps the photo, and that's the one they use.
It was so good because remember everybody else looks like, you know, engrossed in the conversation, like you're just either just looking at Tens, you know. Tarik has the trophy and you're just like just deadpanning the camera. It was so funny, man. Like I felt bad because I'm like, bro, like I know Sentinels, y'all got money, bro. I knew you can afford another chair for my dogs at the office. Like it's like give him a lawn chair or something, bro. So I just feel like you got a little bit disrespected personally, but that's just my opinion though, Zach. I don't know how you feel about it.
Listen, I can't stand up to him, man. That's Sentinels. I can't say anything. I gotta take it.
That's fair. You're right. Now, to be fair though, the disrespect didn't stop there because Kaide on stream said that she she went to the office and she mentioned that she met you. Now, this clip is it's been gaining traction recently. I found it as well. How about this? You want this? No, I'll go ahead and put it up for y'all.
I did. I met Sick Hunter. I also met Zekken. Zekken is a little baby man. He's so short. He probably just hate me for saying that, dude. When I met him, he was like a little, like he's like 5'2", little Filipino kid. It's so cute. Oh my god.
When she first came in, we have these little roller chairs, or like these little chairs that have wheels on them. And since it's an office space, the floor, like it's not like a carpet floor, so you can just like zoom around if you want. So, because I'm a dumbass, and I was more worried about my roller chair than my first impression of people. I was just zooming around the office when she walked in, and I never got out of my chair because I was having so much fun. And so I shook, so like she walks up to me and she goes, oh, hi, I'm Kaide. I'm like, oh, hi, I'm Zach. And I shake her hand while I'm still in my chair, and then I roll away. And that was her first impression of me.
Oh, he's so adorable.
So that's amazing on its own. Now, as you just saw in the clip, right? Now, in general, she said that you're a little 5'2" baby Filipino boy. Does that represent you accurately?
Well, I'm 5'4", so it doesn't represent me too accurately. I am short though.
Okay.
I can definitely, yeah, I'm definitely short though.
You know what, bro? I'm 5'7". Rise up. That's what's up.
That's my guy. I
respect that. Because recently I got disrespect in the timeline when Ben Silly told me that when he met me in Tanner Metro, he thought we were giants and he was disappointed when
Ben Silly's pretty massive. He's a big dude.
Yeah, like Ben Silly's a big guy. Like, you know, he's got some mass on him as well. He's also I think like 5'11", right? So it's like he's doing his thing. Like it's not fair. He's a grown ass man. I ain't grown yet. Right? I'm 26. I still got a couple of good years. You're also like 17, right? So I'm sure you haven't hit your growth spurt yet. Because like, how tall is your dad?
No, I'm fucked. My parents are short. I will not flame them. I will not flame them on the rapport. I won't flame them on the rapport. Just know that I have nothing left. I probably have nothing left if I had to guess.
Okay. All right, now both your parents follow me on Twitter, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. When they see that you flame them, they'll block you.
Whoa! I didn't flame them. You're in the house with them right now, bro. You go outside and apologize.
All right, I got you.
Now, let's say like, so the game dies like today. What are you gonna do now?
Valorant?
Mm-hmm.
I just go back to school. Or I'm still in school. I just continue with school. I'll go to college, maybe do something like. I wanted to do psychology, but that doesn't pay all that much. Maybe I'll do computer science for the money. I only do things for money. I hate the game. But yeah, I'll probably just go to college. That's my backup. If the game dies like today.
Dude, I hope SEN is giving you a fat contract because we can't lose you yet, bro. That's all that matters.
I'm good. SEN is very, very supportive as an org. That's how I'll put it.
Okay, all right. I love to hear that, and I hope they give you a nice apartment as well when you move down to LA.
Oh, it's great. I got to visit. It was. I love my apartment.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Are you gonna be okay living by yourself? Do you know how to cook?
I know how to cook very basic things, so I'll probably be ordering like for the most. Like I can make myself eggs. I can make myself breakfast food. For example, I can make a lot of breakfast food. I can make like eggs, pancakes, but I think I'm gonna try and learn how to cook in the few months before I move out, so I can have like some more options because I don't want to be ordering every day. I feel like that would be too expensive.
That would be a lot of money, yeah, because LA is expensive. You're gonna be spending like $24 per meal, and then you're not gonna throw it out. And then we're gonna see like a zoom out of your room, and then you'll be like you'll be like XQC, bro. We don't want that happening.
My goal is to not be like that. That's the priority. I think my two things that I want to get like set before I move out is I want to be able to know how to decorate my apartment. So I kind of want like my living room is completely empty. I kind of want to get like a TV or a sofa or something to just fill up that space. Okay. And then I want to learn how to cook for myself. So at least like a meal a day, I'll have something that I made for myself, and I'm not just ordering all the time.
Okay, that's cool. Now, based upon that, let's say because you're already in the process of learning, what I was curious about though is what is the most useless thing you would learn from a player? Like you were talking about how like you learned a ton from Daff who was IG yelling. Is there something that you're like, why would I ever need to know this? It's a deep question. Yeah.
See, the thing is, I feel like I just don't remember. What's something like I never will use ever?
Never will use ever. Yeah. You even think about when you went to go visit at the office recently, right? What's some dumb shit where you saw it where you were like, no, why is this happening? If you can't think of it, it's fine. We can move on.
I actually don't. I will have that question in the back of my head, and if I remember, I'll let you know.
All right, yeah, sure.
I actually blanked so hard. I have nothing for that.
That's okay. It's fine. It's one of those questions that are like super broad in general that it just makes it hard. Okay. Now, based upon that though, we do have a journey all set. Now, just to get it clear to you, what are some things that the people out there can expect out of you going into this year?
Yeah, I think for this year, you can just expect me to play a lot of Duelist, maybe a little bit of Sentinel. If we're talking about roles, I can play a little bit of everything. I'm just looking forward to maybe playing something new.
Okay.
But guaranteed, you're going to see me on Duelist, and you'll see me going in first and clicking heads.
Okay.
I'm hoping this year I can play a lot more confidently compared to last year, and I can be a lot more vocal of a player. But I feel like that's something that you can't really see just off of watching. That's more something that my teammates and my coaches will feel. But just expect me to be one of the best duelists in the NA franchise league. That's pretty much all I can really say.
Okay, all right. I mean, considering you were working with Don, right, and you've already been with him for quite some time, so assuming that he knows your ability and knows what's up with you. So I have confidence in the boy. I got confidence in you for doing your thing. I want you to predict your ACS for me though. Let's say like next year we're looking around Champions time. How many hundreds am I looking at?
I'm gonna check what mine was. I'm gonna check what mine was last time.
I actually got it pulled up.
I'm gonna base it off this. You have it pulled up?
I got it pulled up. Okay, so if we're looking at all time ACS, on Raze, it's 260.
260.
260.
Okay. Taking that into account, because that includes like tier 2 tournaments as well, where I just farm people for 400.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna say you can expect in the franchise league, so this is against good competition. You can expect 240 to 250 out of me.
Okay, 240 to 250. Let's say 245. All right. Okay. Now, let's say you're under 240. You got to give out like 50 gifted to your chat, bro.
I don't know if I can give out 50. Let's do like 10. Man. Let's do like 10. The check's not hitting that hard, man.
Sentinels is not taking. You can't give out 50.
I'm a volunteer.
Okay. All right. Okay. 10 gifted to your chat, and of course, if you above 250, everybody got to give you 50 gifted. All right. How's that sound?
I'll take that.
All right. Bet. Fair deal. You know what? That's what's up. Y'all heard it here first. 50 gifted for Zach. Now, what we're gonna move on to is my favorite segment of the day. It's gonna be rapid fire questions. All right.
Ooh, okay.
Let's get. So I'm gonna ask you like, I don't know, like 10, 12 rapid fire questions. We'll go along with it. You just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. All right? Cool. 3, 2, 1. When you play ranked, what do you mean?
Soba.
Are you okay? What would you say to your children if they saw you playing Sova right now?
Don't worry for me.
Okay. All right. Cool. Is Valorant fun?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Why is it not fun?
Oppers are really annoying, but they just took Chamber out of the game, so it's a little more fun than it was like a week ago.
What's your favorite anime?
Ping Pong the Animation, if that counts.
That is a banger answer. I love that, actually. Cool. If you're sliding in someone's DMs, how are you opening up the convo?
I have never slid in someone's DMs in my life.
Okay, cool. If someone's sliding in your DMs, how should they open up the convo?
Just say hi.
Hi. All right. NA or EU?
Wait a second.
NA or EU?
NA.
Cap. Who's the thickest agent in Valorant?
Brim by far.
All right, beautiful. Why Brim?
I don't know. I think I've just looked at his the most, so I like have the most like information about it, and I know that I know the details.
Okay, beautiful. Nerf the blank.
Operator.
Okay.
Or judge. Sorry, judge.
Okay, all right, judge. Okay, nerf the judge. All right, cool. Who or what will save NA? You can give 2 answers.
Me or Vanity with cat ears on.
Okay, Vanity with cat ears on. What if you put cat ears on?
Then me.
Okay. All right, cool. Why can't I hit my shots?
You're bad.
Okay, thank you. Why am I bad?
Not talented.
Okay, thank you. Ouch! Wait. Whoa. that hit a little bit too deep. All right. Who's your favorite player aside from you?
Aside from me?
Aside from you, yeah.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Why yay?
I just like his crosshair placement.
Okay. All right. Cool. Does height matter?
I feel like I'm obligated to say no.
Okay. Good. Yes, you are. All right. Who's winning champs?
Us.
Good. Who's us? Say the name.
Sentinels.
Sentinels winning champs. All right. Who is the Wizard of Valorant?
Mata.
All right. And why are you the greatest player to touch this game? You can give a longer answer on this one.
I am the greatest player to touch this game because I don't even believe it. I'm the greatest player to touch this game because I'm talented and will outwork everyone else. That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's capping. You know that what?
Because when I do put in time into the game, I'm very productive about it, and I think that I improve at a faster rate than other people, and that I can be better because of that.
Okay. All right, cool. That's a great PR answer. What's the real answer? Why is everybody just shit?
I'm a fucking goat, and everyone's dumb and bad.
All right, cool. Can I use that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
all right. Beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my RavishingRapport with Zekken. By his words, the fucking goat. Zekken, any final words for the audience?
Thanks for watching. Love the RavishingRapport. The goat.
Thank you. Bye. Zekken, welcome back on again. As you all may notice, this is a little bit later. The last time I talked to Zekken, I realized, you know what? I didn't get enough out of him. So I'm going to pester him for some more questions. Zach, I just want to start off by saying your hair looks great. You look as though you had a well and just great unstressful day today. Am I correct?
Yeah, I did absolutely nothing today, and I'm full of energy, and I'm just ready to go.
I can tell 100%. So we'll start off with your first thing that you were wanting to get to the world out there. Tell me why the Stinger is the most basic gun in Valorant.
That gun is so stupid, man. It's better than rifles. You
Mhm.
can shoot the shit while it's running and still be fully accurate. It costs like pocket change to buy,
Mm-hmm.
and this game is stupid, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. I died to it too much.
Okay, so you said the game is stupid. Zach, are you aware that you play this game professionally on the team?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure of that too. You just had your first LAN, right? I think it was about a week ago now.
Yeah.
You were at the Ludwig Tarik Invitational. Now, first time on LAN, especially with the boys. You're there. What are the vibes like?
The vibes were great, man. Just the vibes for the team are always different in a match. It's always a lot more intense. There's so much adrenaline pumping through everybody. And it was just so much fun just getting our first like match experience together. Even if the matches didn't go how we might have wanted to, I had a really good time. The team had a really good time, and I think we got a lot better just off of that experience.
It's a good thing you play on TSM, so because you guys are pretty close to winning, from what I remember.
Yeah, we got second. It was dope.
Yeah, it was crazy when not like that shit Sentinels team who dropped out.
Fuck Sentinels, but I don't even practice for them.
I actually can't stand Sentinels, bro. Who's the person you don't like most on Sentinels, you think?
Tens. That guy's an asshole, man. Just I don't know, man. He doesn't follow me back on Twitter still, like to this day, and it's crazy.
To this day, haven't you dueled with him like 10 times already?
It's crazy, man. I don't know. So it's just like the SEN effect, I guess. It's something's wrong over there.
It's okay. You know what? Maybe one day when you carry it and against him, he might just do it. Which, by the way, based upon that within the games, they were putting you on duel lists instead of tens as well. Thoughts?
It's just a little bit of experimenting. Like, we only had about a week to just kind of test things out before we went into that tournament. So we're just kind of trying to see like what works, what gets everybody comfortable. And, sometimes it worked for some of the matches, some of them it didn't work out as much. So we're just trying to cover all our bases and see if we can test everything out and see what works best for us.
Because as of right now, that raised jet combo you guys had, I think it was on Haven, right?
It was not.
That shit was
nasty.
nasty. Yeah, it was crazy. I remember seeing all the memes. You know the one of Patrick and SpongeBob Duncan, bro? It was
I saw that. That one was tight.
That was you and Tez that doing your thing. So which I would say on its own, the combo went kind of hard. So I'm hoping that that develops more so, and maybe just maybe that ends up you getting followed back.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
There is one thing that I find that there was lacking between you and the team as well while watching it. Saucy's the only one who's bald. And as you know, he for the blind, he is bald. For the hungry, he is bald. And for the sick, he is bald. Have you thought that perhaps if the whole team went bald, you guys would just win champs?
We haven't had this discussion yet about the whole team, but me and Saucy have been playing a lot of rank together, and every once in a while he'll tell me, be like, Zach, you'd be a very handsome guy if you shaved your head and had no hair. And I sometimes I look in the mirror and I do this, and like sometimes I have to agree. I'm like, maybe it might be the move. So I'm not saying that like that is an upcoming thing to look out for, but it's just a possibility in the near future.
This is, of course, I'm thinking about 2 weeks before Brazil actually happens, right? So, considering you gotta be going there too just a little bit. Next steps that you guys are working on, especially with how much you've been scrimming before you get to Brazil and play your one best of 3, which everybody's really excited about, I'm sure.
I can't wait to play one best of 3. Yeah, I mean, we're just practicing really hard right now, just getting a lot of scrims in a day, doing a lot of like VOD review and just trying to fix our mistakes. And I think we're getting a lot better, a lot faster. And I'm feeling confident in how our team's improving. Even if we go to Brazil and it doesn't go how we want, I'm still like very happy with how the team's progressing, especially in terms of like the language barrier, which everyone thought would be an issue, and communication is getting so much better. So I'm really happy with just how things are going right now.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, Pancada speaks perfect English from what I've heard as well, so like he sounds fine. I think,
fluent, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Sas's the only one who's like who'll be a little bit off, but still, I'm sure once he grows his hair back, like all the memory will return, if anything. But aside from that, you mentioned how the team's developing too. Talk to me more about how you're developing. You find as a player as well.
As an individual or as a team?
As an individual, this is about you.
For me, it's just like focusing on my own mistakes and my decision making. I feel like right now my aim is at a level where it's comparable with like, or how can I say this? Like I'm in form right now in terms of like my aim. Like I feel like I'm really confident in my aim right now. I can aim with like the best of the best right now.
Mhm.
But the main thing I'm working on is like my decision making. Like am I making plays that are the correct play to make, and I'm not just doing some dumb shit by myself. Like am I working with my team? Am I communicating properly? That's like the big thing that I'm worrying about for myself, so that I can be a better teammate instead of just like an individual player.
Because I remember there was a while back when we recorded this previously, we had the conversation about your aspirations to still IGL, to still make, to still be a lot more active in comms. Has that still carried through about a month later now?
Yeah, I would say pretty much in the same spot, still trying to improve on the same things. It's a process, but I'm getting there.
All right. I respect it. I respect it a lot. As of right now, though, there's one place I find people can't stop talking about how you have developed, though, is your melee skills, I find. I see you've been grinding the ranks on Slippy as well, too. Are you gold or plat by now? Where you at?
I am gold 2 right now. I haven't been grinding nearly as much as I was when I was on break, because obviously practice and everything started back up, but I try and get a few games in a day just to stay sharp. And I feel like I'm getting smarter, but I'm not getting better, if that makes sense. Like I can't move as fast as these other people, but I feel like I can think better about the game, and I know what I'm doing more. So yeah, I'm like slowly getting there.
So what it sounds like is you're sometime within the next year, you're gonna pivot to becoming like a melee coach, because you just don't have the hands to play the game anymore.
I don't have the hands. I'm a zoomer, but I don't have the hands somehow. It's like the opposite of what it's supposed to be.
It's like you have like Benjamin Button brain. You just keep on losing all your movement, but you keep on.
It's just like my hands just start going slower, but my brain starts going fast. It's weird, man. It's not. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be going.
No, it's not. That's crazy. But you know what? That's okay. Which, by the way, when you were at in LA too, bro, weren't you like washing people left and right between games as well?
Out of like the Valorant people that were there, I was the best, but the like staff members at Beyond the Summit, like they all play, and they've all played for a long time, and they just whooped my shit. But it was so much fun, because even though you're getting whooped, like you're learning the whole time, because like you get to find out like what works against you, what works against them. It was a lot of fun.
So I was wondering, now Nick Falco won that. Do you think you could beat him or not?
Fuck no.
What? Come on, man. I faith in you.
I played against him a lot. He's hella good, man. Like a while ago, like I want to say like maybe 6 months ago at this point, he was the guy that I originally traded melee lessons for Val lessons with, and he taught me a lot.
Whoa!
A long time ago though, but dude, he would wash me. If he was trying, he would wash me any day of the week. The closest, like, I don't think I can beat any of them. The closest that I could probably get to being someone would be like Aiden, but that's only because I like playing against the character that he plays, but he's still much better than me.
He plays Sheik, right? I think it is.
He plays Sheik. I like playing against Sheik, but like I played against him at the Invitational, and he was good, man. Like they're all so fucking good. I can't beat him. Not right now, at least.
All right, I respect it. All I want to be able to know is, once this whole Valorant dies down, bro, Brazil's done and over with. You guys won and won a spot for NA, which is, whoa, yay. I want to be able to see you climb the ranks, baby. I want to see you plant, right? I want to see that fox grow.
If we ever get a break, I'll do that. That's what I'll dedicate my time to.
Who do you think is just inevitably just cooler, Ludwig or Tarik?
Oh, that's tough, man. Listen, man. I feel like I'm burning bridges if I answer either direction. This is fucked up that you're putting me in this position.
I know it is. Thanks.
I would say me, honestly. Like I think I'm cool as hell, man. I think I'm cooler. I can't go either direction. That's fucked up. One of them's gonna block me on Twitter if I give an answer. It's crazy.
What? I mean, look, like I said, I'm not gonna directly tag either one of them. But hey,
the way that you're looking into the camera right now, you're definitely directly tagging someone. If I were to give an answer,
you know, it's farming you for content 100,000%, bro. Any final closing thoughts you had before you head off to Brazil?
everybody watching, thank you for looking at this little interview. Please support Ravish on everything. He's the GOAT. I love him. He's the best to ever do it. And hopefully you support Sentinels in Brazil. That's pretty much it.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Awesome. And once again, appreciate you all for watching, of course. This has been another edition of the Ravish Report. I've been Ravishing Ravish, most ravishing on the internet. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Several months later.
Welcome to part 3 of the Ravish Report with Zekken. I know it's been a bit, but as we hop into it, Zach, talk to me about Brazil. Just get in there to initial thoughts and so on. What's up?
Brazil is really cool. Just the country. I'll talk about the country before I'll talk about the games. The country was sick. Food was great. Everyone there was super nice. The Brazil ranked server was cool. They started teaching me Portuguese.
Hey.
But yeah, overall, Riot put on a great tournament. It was a good time. We got a lot of good practice, so I'm pretty happy with how it went.
Okay, that's what I'd like to hear. Too, there was a video I remember Sen put out where you guys were trying to order pizza, bro, like at 10 p.m. outside the hotel.
We're trying to order fucking pizza, trying to attach the Riot credit card to Brian's phone.
Did you ever end up getting it or not?
We did end up getting the pizza.
It's arriving, guys. It's coming.
It took 2 hours, and half of the people that were in that video were asleep by the time it came, but it came.
Incredible. So did you have like a whole pizza to yourself then?
I had to get half a pizza to myself. I was very happy.
Ah, that is wonderful. Wait, by what time did you end up getting it? Like
Midnight.
Midnight?
Yeah, it took forever. What happened was we ordered one pizza, and then right as we submitted the order, it took 30 minutes to order the first pizza. The place closed, so then we had to do that whole process over again of getting Pancada to translate what was on the menu, and then having everyone order. So it took an hour just to order, and then another hour for it to come.
That's incredible. Wait, I don't understand why Sassy and Pancada were actually double teaming this, bro. They both speak Portuguese at this point, man. They might as well just have order for you guys just to make life easier, no?
They were doing their best. It was hard. It was hard.
That's fine. You know what? I'm glad that we're getting just the actual important courses out there too. Okay, you mentioned that practice was really good too. Did you get to scrim with most of the teams there? And then how was the experience like that? Especially with you guys now in a fully formed practice squad.
We did get to scrim most of the teams. I think the only teams that we didn't scrim that I would have wanted to were Loud and Fnatic. But the vast majority of the other teams, especially that original bracket, the alpha bracket, because we got there when that was just starting, so all those teams wanted to practice at once, so we got a ton of good practice against teams from all the regions, and it was really cool to see different play styles and all that.
Okay, which team was the most fun to practice in your opinion?
Team Secret. They were fun. They were cool.
Let's go. Shout out to the GOAT Warbirds, bro. Hey. Bird's doing his thing out there. But yeah, that reminds me too, dude. Your mom became like everybody's auntie back when Team Secret was playing. That was so wholesome, man. Oh, I loved that.
She became good friends with some of their staff, so they just hung out.
And which team would you say that you were like, I don't think I want to do this again? Or in a sense, this was kind of annoying. They play really, really tough in a sense.
DRX probably. They're tough, man. They're really good. Just the way they're so disciplined, and it's so annoying to play against, but it's really good practice.
Okay, so I honestly get that too. So explain to me, why was that going to play against? Because they were just super far back, always retake, just consistently on their game.
Because they have a pretty. I was gonna talk about their game plan. They always stick to it, but I feel like if I say what their game plan is, that's weakening their stuff.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah.
DRX has a very solid game plan, and they never really deviate from it, and they know what they're good at, and it always works. So I would say, just their discipline and being able to stick to their initial game plan that's really good is what makes them tough to beat.
Okay, I do like that, right? Because especially with the RX, they made it pretty far. I find they surprised a lot of people. By the way, I became a fan of Buzz through this tournament.
Buzz is so cool, man.
Incredible as a player. God, he's so damn good. But naturally, practice already happens, right? Team clears out, alpha brackets dunzo bunzo, and then you get into it, right? It's time for it's the night before your game. What are you guys talking about?
Just going over some last game plan stuff, talking about the maps talking about the veto and what maps we want to ban and not ban, just reviewing it because we've already had the plan like kind of set for a few days already. We're not just like thinking about it the night before, but just kind of going over our game plan, making sure we're confident, making sure we're getting, you know, our last few ranked games in, our last few death matches in, so we're like in form for tomorrow. And that's pretty much how the last day went.
Okay, all right, love that too. Cause like, and were you overthinking stuff at all? Were you a little bit nervous, or were you like, you know what, I'm vibing, tomorrow we'll play and we'll just see what happens?
I know, like this tournament for me, at least compared to like champs and like masters in Copenhagen, I was a lot more chill. Just because it's the start of the year, it's the first tournament, it's single elim. If I put too much pressure on myself and I'm like banking on, you know, having a good performance and, you know, we'd get unlucky in the best of 3, I'm going to be like, I know I was going to be sad about it. So I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. I didn't want to put too much weight on it. So I was just relaxed, ready to try and play well the next day.
All right, I love that. And you know, honestly, as you should, like you said, right? A lot of these felt like show matches, essentially. You know, just having all these teams play one another too, and it does kind of suck that it was a, you know, like a best of 1. So which is a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully, you know, come time for Tokyo, things should be way cooler. Which, by the way, this is a complete side note. Dude, how now let's say you make it to Tokyo, which I think you guys will. How amped are you to go and just like see all the cool anime shit? That's my thoughts though.
Yeah, I'm not even a big anime guy, but I've heard so much cool shit about Tokyo that I just can't wait. Yeah, I'll go, like Tyson's a huge anime guy. I'll go look at the anime stuff with him. I don't care. I just want to explore that city.
Hell
that sounds
yeah.
like it'd be so much fun.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be so sick. I can't wait for that. But going back to it now. All right, game day. All right, you guys walk out on stage. Naturally, I mean, I feel like you had to have known that a fair amount of Brazil, like all with the fans, were gonna be on your side. You know, you guys do a Sacia Pancada, right? Those are the legends down there too, and plus 10's bad chest thing, right? So that naturally does help out. So the walkout too. Did you hear, experience just the roaring crowd and thinking, hey, man, this is kind of cool. This is nice.
Yeah, it was even before the walkout that I got to experience it, because when you arrive on the shuttle, there's like a small little like transition where you're walking from the shuttle into the arena, and they let fans chill there. And so we are walking from the shuttle to the arena, and there's just a crowd that I can't even like see the end of, just screaming. And then Sasi comes out, and they get even louder. So it was crazy. Just seeing so many cool Brazilian fans just showing their support all at once. It was so loud. Outside of the arena, it was super loud. Then we get to the walk-in and we do it all over again, but it's just a full like crowd of people going around. It was crazy, man. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, how many pictures and autographs do you think you took just out of that walkout too? Is everybody screaming Zekken, Zekken?
I didn't. When we were walking in, I didn't get to do any, but when we walked out after the game, I got to sign a pretty good amount. It was just everyone at the front had like a shirt or a banner or something that they wanted to sign. So I tried to go just go down one by one and sign everything.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Even my signature is horrible though. I got to work on that. I just read Zekken with an exclamation mark at the end, and that's it. I'll work on I did a thing for Xset where I did a Z and then the last little bit swooped and then I put the rest of it on top, but it's hard. That's hard to do and make it look nice like every time. So I keep it simple.
You guys sit down and, you know, talk about the game plan. You loaded to map 1. Take me through it. Take me through the game.
Map 1 was Haven. Just trying to play. We were trying to just feel them out, I guess. Play a little bit defaulty. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I was just trying to feel them out and adapt. But they came out the gate really strong, and it was hard to like they put us up against the ropes early, I would say, and it was hard to kind of just come back from that. And yeah, they just came through with like some super strong executes, and they were very well drilled in those executes, so they always knew like what the counter would be and how to counter the counter and things like that. So they were really good in that regard on their offense, and then by the time it got to defense, by the time it got to us being on attack, it was like pretty far gone to try and come back.
It was tough. It was definitely tough, right? Because like we were thinking like that, you know, yeah, I got it, whatever. It's 10-2, it should be fine. It was definitely a rough time. Durka also on that day was the first time we experienced what Durka would end up doing throughout the entire tournament, and it was incredible. Unfortunately,
That guy was insane.
yeah, he played out of his absolute mind. So I believe what Mitty said was, you know, he eventually went on to Dirk all over every single team, which
Yep,
fair enough.
You did.
Yeah. Okay, and then map 2, of course, too. You're thinking, you know what? It's all good. BO3, we come back from these. What's up?
We get to split, and we actually have a pretty good attack half. It was 6-6 after, and I was really happy with how that half went. Rory called really well. We executed the plan really well. We get to defense, and it's the same story as Haven, where they have really strong execs, and they're really well drilled in those execs, and they knew what they wanted coming in, and they just executed really, really well on us, and it was hard to stop.
By the way, I noticed you play with your glasses off, too. Why?
If I use my, like, when I play, I get pretty close to my screen. Not like super close. I get like closer than this. I'm not leaning all the way back. If I play with my glasses on, I'll get a headache if I'm playing for too long.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. All right, cool. But yeah, and eventually, you know, split naturally ends up occurring too. By the way, when you guys go backstage as your team room, right? Was it like a whole like, yo guys, calm down, we got this type beat, or was it like it's all good, we still have split?
It was definitely just an all good go next in between map 1 and 2. Just nothing too like we tried not to put too much pressure on ourselves again. But it was just, you know, coach just referring to the game plan again, letting us know like, hey, this is what we want to do going into map 2. This is how we want to this is how we want the team to function. Just a lot of general stuff because we'd been prepped already. So there wasn't too much to remind us on. It was mainly just like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Remember to stick to this plan. Go get them. Stuff like that.
All right, then that on its own is quite fit, right? Because y'all know what you had to get into, like naturally, you know, just the course of January and such, right? Especially after the whole Love Target Invitational too. You guys are all 5. You guys are practicing. You guys are drilling, and eventually, split does happen. It's tough, right? It's a rough go of it, but eventually, you know, you'll get up, you bow, and you go backstage. What's up, man?
I was bummed personally because I felt like I played horrible as an individual, but you know, that'll happen. The rest of the team probably not as bummed as me because, you know, they all performed pretty well, or as individuals at least, and I was just disappointed about my performance. But I think as a team overall, we didn't actually do that bad.
I agree.
But yeah, we were all definitely a little bit sad. But then we went to the press conference. Everyone said, you know, everyone gave their answers, and then we just went home. I ate some sad pizza and then I went to bed.
That is understandable. Which, by the way, I remember when I was in Worlds thinking that like this is just wild to me, like how like after like a tough loss like that, a team has to go back and answer like a bunch of questions from like the 40 to 50 reporters are like, hey, why do you guys think you did bad? Or hey, you specifically, why were you bad? That's wild to me, bro. I'd be so pissed off. Like, don't ask me this shit. Just ask me about the game or leave, bro. So I personally don't know how you actually end up dealing with all that. It's crazy.
I'm lucky, man. They didn't ask me anything. I was happy.
Dub. All right, that's huge. Yeah. So, or can you imagine somebody who's like, hey, Zekken, I noticed you weren't doing too hard on the charts, bro. What's going on with you?
I would have given, man, you know, just. I would give him one of those answers where I'm just BSing the whole time.
Yeah, like everybody has their bad days, everybody has their good days. Like that side, which I mean that's fair. Yeah, it's just resilience that y'all gotta have is incredible to me. And eventually, you know, you go back, you eat that pizza, and are you just flying out literally the next day?
I did. I think. Saucy and Pancata, they stayed for a little bit to visit their families before they went back. But I went right back because I had to get back to school. Couldn't miss more time. Yeah,
naturally. And I think Pancata ended up playing in the extra show match too, right? So that was like another thing that he was staying for too, pretty much the entire time, which is cool. You guys can, you know, stay with pride that you lost to tournament winners. So that's like one of the biggest things as well. And of course, actually going back to it, the takeaways from that match, what were they?
After I had to look back on it a few days later, and I wasn't so bummed about it. For me personally, I got to take away that I was proud of how I played outside of just hitting shots. Sure. Obviously, I couldn't hit a shot that day, and I was on the bottom of the scoreboard.
That's
shit
okay.
Happens. But what I was proud of for myself was how I was as a teammate. I felt like my comms were good. I felt like my energy was good. I felt like I was trying to keep the vibe high for the team, trying to make sure, you know, we're doing all right. So I was proud of myself in that regard. I felt like, you know, I was a bad player that day, but I was a good teammate that day. So I'm happy with that. From a team standpoint, I was pretty happy with how our attack side was on split. I think that's a half that I can look like we can all look back on and still be proud of. Getting 6 on attack on split is tough. And I thought Rory was calling really well on that side. So I think there's definitely some positives to look at from that match. And then obviously, you know, we'll go in the VOD and look at, you know, what did we fuck up, and we can go from there and work on how to fix those mistakes. But I still think even, you know, losing 0-2, there's still a lot to be proud of, and some good progress in those matches that we made.
I do agree, right? Because naturally, if you know, if you go back and forth, right, with on split 2, it is such a toss-up because I find it is the closest map in the world, or it ends up being very one-sided, right? And you guys allowed it to become close, especially starting on attack, like you were saying. And realistically, on any given day, I think, I believe it was Boss who said it, right? On any given day, any of those teams could have won, right? And Fnatic came out, they did quite well, but going forward, right, it's time for Americas, right? It's because this is filmed like a little bit before then, so y'all come together to, what have you been practicing a lot just going into just the main league?
It's kind of just refining the map pool at this point. We had, going into Brazil, we definitely had specific maps that we were super confident in. And at this point, we're just kind of refining those and making sure that, you know, we're firing on all cylinders on those maps, and then rounding out our map pool and making sure that everything else is up to speed. It's kind of like the last, you know, the first week practice was kind of just like review and just making sure like, hey, this is our general game plan on this map, make sure we're doing it well, you know, play a scrim, make sure, you know, we're sticking to the game plan, you guys are calming well, things like that. But yeah, we're definitely going to be, like, I didn't want to take the excuse that we brought to the Ludwig Tarik tournament of like, oh, we didn't have practice. We did have practice for the Brazil event, and we're going to take a lot more practice going into the Americas League. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do.
All right, that's what we'd like to hear. And of course, with you, of course, ask about the team. What have you been individually looking to elevate yourself on?
After seeing how cracked everyone is in Brazil, and especially the APAC region, or not APAC, the Pacific region, just everyone hits their shots all the time. So I think that I actually do just need to work on my mechanics a bit more. I always thought that I was good in that regard, but after seeing how great everyone is, especially internationally, that's something I want to work on a bit more heavily, because it's something I can work on my own really easily. It's hard to work on, you know, comms and like team play and like ranked, because, you know, I have to comm to Fortnite Babe 2006, and you know, sometimes it's hard to make calls. But one thing that I can work on, like by myself, even if, you know, even if practice is over and I'm not with the team and I'm still here, is I can work on my mechanics. So at least I can have that up to speed, and I can, you know, be very confident in that going into the league.
Okay, all right. And I look forward to you hitting every single one of your shots, bro. I want you to have yay type ACS, bro. I want to see 420 ACS. That's your thoughts going into the Americas League. Did you have any predictions going into it, teams you're looking to facing, and what perhaps your thoughts on as things go out?
I think these are pretty popular opinions already, but I have very high expectations for Loud, NRG, and Leviathan. I think those three were the strongest teams that we played against, that we practiced against in Brazil. And obviously NRG's been super solid for a long time, and Loud's been super solid for a long time. But I think people are not sleeping on Leviathan as much as they used to, which makes me pretty happy, because we were practicing against them in Istanbul. Like, we used to be practice partners with XSET and them, and I'm happy to see them succeeding. So I think going into the Americas League, those are three teams to like look out for, and then obviously us. But
yeah, naturally.
I can't say too much about us because I feel like that'd be cocky. But
no, wait. Once again, bro, talk your shit, Zach. Let them know.
I think we'll be good. Okay. I think those three teams and us, those are teams you gotta watch out for.
Okay. All right. Naturally. So now remember, there are only 3 spots, right? So one of y'all not gonna make it. Now, this might be a bold thing to say. Out of the 4 teams you mentioned, which including you, which one isn't making it?
Because I have to say us, obviously. I would say Leviathan, because I feel like Loud and NRG have so much experience and they're so good that they would make it. And then I guess we just have to beat out Leviathan. So I think we could beat them.
Okay.
we'll make it.
All right, you know what? That's fair. I think that's not a crazy bold prediction because naturally what you're saying, you know, NRG is looking like very, very solid naturally. And like of course, like you're saying, Loud made it the finals for a great reason. As right now for Sentinels, right? What is the number one thing that people gotta be looking out for when they look at your team? You think?
I think, you know, when people see our team, they just think about like the raw firepower. They think about, you know, they see the names on our team. They just think about the star power that comes with it. But I think that what teams need, or what people need to look out for is our cohesion as a unit. We're not just 5 individuals. I think when we're on, we really do play as a super solid group of 5. And we really do play as a team. So I think just watching out for our team play and realizing that we're more than just 5 individuals is what people need to look out for.
Okay. So you're glad to hear. But Zach, I appreciate you once again coming on. Any final thoughts you wanted to give out to the people, or if you want to talk more shit as well, by all means.
No, I'm not gonna talk more shit. Subscribe to Ravishing Ravish. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck in Americas. And remember, like down below. Let me know what you want next. All right, y'all take care. Bye bye.